reviews. Bigfoot Busters and MNBRT Radio 2/1910. These were two great shows. On Bigfoot Busters, Tim and Chuck had J. Robert Alley on, the author of Raincoast Sasquatch, who discussed various things such as some of the reports that he's taken, where he's seen things as far as where people have had interesting sightings. And there were several people who asked questions. I didn't hear any callers, but there were several people who asked questions, including Bill Green asking his standard question. I think I asked like one question referring to did amateur prospectors report seeing Sasquatches, and they have. Very similar to what Bill Dranginis experienced in 1995 along with two colleagues. Of course, he talked a good bit about his book, Raincoast Sasquatch, which is, of course, an excellent book. He talked about some of the theories that he has and some of the things he's looked into, and it was really a great show. Over on MNBRT Radio, Abe and Evie had Dr. Jeff Meldrum on. He talked quite a bit about the footprint morphology and also about handprints. He talked about handprints that he's seen and collected. And he talked about how there is no opposable thumb like what we have in these particular handprints. It's a non-opposable thumb, which I found interesting. He talked about the first time he'd found footprints or been footprints pointed out to him by Paul Freeman in 1996, and that's been 14 years ago this month that occurred. There were several folks that called in, several folks who asked questions, asking him about some of his various theories on things. I called in and asked him about the about Grover Krantz, and if Grover Krantz was aware of the mid-tarsal break back in 1980 when he went on Arthur C. Clarke's Mysterious World and had the Bob Titmus mid-tarsal break cast. Of course, Meldrum answered that he was not aware of it at that time. And I asked Jeff if he was aware of any other footprint casts having the List Frank injury that was seen on the Cripplefoot cast, which was examined by an orthopedic surgeon, as well as saw in the episode Monster Quest titled Critical Evidence. All in all, two great shows. I would give each of them a 4 3/4 out of 5 stars. They were both terrific. I don't know what Tim and Chuck have planned for next week, but it starts at 7 Eastern, 6 Central at blogtalkradio.com/TCSJRBigfoot. Next week on MNBRT Radio, Nancy Snodgrass from Snodsquatch Research, a good friend of mine, by the way, she will be on their show at 9 Eastern, 8 Central at blogtalkradio.com/MNBRT. And as always, we do encourage you to please tune in and support great research.